Hello everyone, welcome to The Social Doctor, and this is Dr. Ayushi. The Social Doctor is a platform for the doctors by the doctors, where we help each and every doctor with his or her career growth. And we do that by discussing journeys, experiences, and knowledge from successful medical practitioners. And today we have Dr. Siddharth Shekhar sir, popularly known as Siddharth sir, a very popular teacher of PSM who has been associated with DAMS for more than 6 years now and is here to discuss about a very important topic, that is Neet Pg. As you all know, yesterday was a court's decision of postponement of Neet Pg from 12th of March to 21st of May. Approximately now we have 105 days for our preparation and to excel and to do best for our Neet PG. And so we are here to discuss about what is the best strategy and planning that you should follow to clear your Neet PG and achieve the best you can. So welcome, Doctor, to the platform. It's really nice to have you here.
Thank you, Dr. Ayushi. It's really a pleasure on my part to be a part of this platform. And yes, you're absolutely right. We are actually having a deferment of the exam by almost more than 100 days. And these 100 days would be very crucial for those who are planning to make a cut in this current exam.
Correct.
Absolutely true.
That's so, and it's good that, getting a bit more time to prepare and to, to achieve the best you can. So now, sir, starting off with this decision, what do you think that these students who are preparing right now for Neet PG, what is the things that you will suggest to do, the to-do things for them, which should be on their mind instantly?
Yeah. So as you see, basically when there is any exam which is deferred, so generally we start to become complacent.
Correct.
I say that I have more time. Okay, and it happens to all of us. Okay.
Yes.
Trust me, like if we are supposed to submit a project and we say that the project is deferred by 7 days, we generally become relaxed.
Correct.
But when you talk about entrance examination, the beauty of the entrance examination is it is a battle of equals. Okay, so suppose 100 days additional is for you and 100 days additional is for me. So those additional 100 days is for all of us.
Yes.
So it all depends upon how this 100 days is actually planned.
Correct.
Now see, what generally happens is the students who were planning for the 12th of March, they were having a full-paced momentum. Probably they would be behaving like a spaceship who were just about to leave the orbit of the planet and go to space. But suddenly the moment the complacency comes, there are only two options which can be done. Either you abort the mission, that is you again come back to Earth, or you fly out to the space.
Yes.
Okay. So 99% of the students abort the mission, thinking that, okay, there's a lot of time, let us come down to the Earth, again replan and again fly. All of us know the most challenging part for a spaceship is to leave the gravity of our planet. It takes the maximum amount of fuel to actually leave the gravity of our planet.
Correct.
Once you're in space, you can just make your own motion. Okay, the same is for studies. See, those of you who had the momentum for this March 12th, I would first and foremost like to tell you, please do not lose your momentum. Momentum khona nahi hai. The speed with which you were reading, suppose you were reading for 12 hours a day, please maintain that. Because if you were getting a rank of 10,000, if the exam was on 12th of March, trust me, if you maintain the momentum, this 10,000 will turn to 1,000 or 100 or even 10. But if you were getting a rank of 1,000 or even 100, and if you lose the momentum, your rank will convert from 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 1 lakh. So it is a battle of equals. So please do not think that this additional time is a benefit or a loss. Don't think in either ways. The second thing what I would like to tell you is I have seen many posts where they are modeling out the things where they say that, okay, since it is deferred, so people who were having a borderline rank of in the previous exam were going to give the exam now they don't have the opportunity. Aisa kuch nahi hai. Trust me. See, the top 10,000 students are fixed right from the beginning.
Okay.
And the shift only happens between them. A person who gets a 10,001 rank also is not actually in the race. Okay. See, you when you are playing the World Cup, you know that India is definitely going to be in the quarterfinals or the semi-finals. Final में जाएगा या नहीं वो पता नहीं है, लेकिन हमें ये जरूर पता है that India will be in the semi-final. Similarly, the top 10,000 students are already fixed for an exam. So please do not have this idea that if the exam is shift, you have a lot of time. Okay. And this brings me to the don'ts. I'll first start with the don'ts and then we'll probably discuss the do's.
Sure.
First, don't read anything new. Don't. Don't do a systematic review and a meta-analysis. This is term which we commonly use in PSM. Now, just to simplify it, do not read from multiple sources.
Okay.
See, a topper is one who does not read something better or more. He just does the same thing again and again and again. Good, better, best. Okay. So this is the mantra which toppers have. They do the same thing, but they do it until they're the best in it. So please do not utilize this time to read anything new or anything what you hadn't read, or you are changing platforms. Please do not do that. Third, please do not get deviated stating that यार एग्जाम लेट है सो अभी काउंसलिंग अटेंड कर लेते हैं एनाटॉमी की सीट ले लेंगे. सी ट्रस्ट मी, आई एम नॉट क्रिटिसाइजिंग एनी स्पेशलिटी, बट those who take up radiology, skin, ortho, pediatrics, surgery, OBGY, yes, they earn the same amount of money with a very less input. Whereas a person who takes up subjects in the first year or second year, and for that aspect, even PSM, you have to really put a lot of effort to earn a standard of living. See, I'm not saying that if you do a PG, you would earn less than 1.5 lakhs. You will earn that much a month. Yes. But trust me, if you are doing a PG, to earn 1.5 lakh months as an anat, physio, biochem, pathopharma, micro, forensic, or a PSM guy, you have to go to the college for 30 days.
Correct.
Whereas to earn 1.5 lakhs, probably a surgeon or a radiologist or a pediatrician or an obstetrician can make it in 3 days of time. So understand the difference between 3 and 30.
Correct.
Okay. So that is what, as an elder in this particular genre, or probably as a teacher, I would like to tell you, you need to think upon the input-output ratio. Yes, I would request you guys to just improve upon your input-output ratio, where you put in the same amount of input, but the output is better in clinical branches. So do not participate in counseling without reason just to take some XYZ seat. Fourth, do not think about personal relationship goals. Like generally these days we get messages, sir, शादी का pressure है.
Yes.
Girlfriend की शादी होने वाली है. Sir, मेरा दोस्त US चला गया, मैं क्या करूं? See, trust me, when you entered this profession, you knew it that as medicos, we do not have an early settlement, whether it be in the personal life or professional life. So do not bring these things into the forefront. Okay. You have to be like Arjun of Mahabharata, who only saw the eye of the fish, not even the fish, not even the bird.
Correct.
Okay. So these are few don'ts I would like to say at the starting. Now, if you ask me the do's, simple mantra, 3 hours, revise, re-revise, re-revise. Okay. So whatever note you have, please just follow that. Meticulously solve 100 questions per day. See, you have got 100 days. 100 into 100 is 10,000 questions. 100 questions per day you need to solve. These 100 questions can be from any place. It can be a GT, it can be an SWT, it can be a TND, it can be a class test, from any platform you like. I'm not suggesting you that. Okay. But it should be very, very meticulous, that without solving 100 questions a day, you are not going to sleep or eat. The third do is, please focus on the paper of the last 3 years, because the trend of PG exams has totally changed. See, if you see the PG entrance exam now, in the NEET 2021, the focus was on medicine, surgery, OBGY, pediatrics, PSM, ENT, ophtha. You would not imagine questions from anat, physio, biochem, patho, pharma, micro, forensic, where roughly 6 to 7 questions, which is equivalent to questions coming from anesthesia, psychiatry, radio, ortho, skin. See, generally these anesthesia, radio, ortho, skin, psyche, we call them as short subjects. Whereas we know anat, physio, biochem, patho, pharma, they are the core branches. But exam pattern has changed. Now they have considered both of them to be at a similar place. And this is because the proposed next pattern. So if I am a candidate, I'm not saying that you leave out anat, physio, biochem, but my focus will be on these 7 subjects: medicine, surgery, OBGY, pediatrics, ENT, ophtha, PSM. See, out of the 7, again, I will tell you the only catch is in PSM. Now, why? Because see, as a doctor, I will always have interest in medicine. I will always have interest in surgery. I will always have interest in this pediatrics, OBGY, ENT, ophtha mein bhi hota hai, because we see a patient.
Correct.
PSM mein, it is all theoretical.
Yes.
So I would tell you guys that your focus out of this 7, the only headache will be PSM. तो उसको ना पहले खत्म करके निपटा लो. Just finish it off at first so that you do not have the stress for the exam. So this is what you should have a clarity in your mind, that you are not preparing the old school learning. See, if when I was preparing for my PG exam in the year 2012, I used to give importance to anatomy. I used to give importance to physio. Biochem nahi samajh mein aata tha. So I used to give importance to patho, pharma, micro. Okay. And they used to have almost out of 300 questions in my time, probably 100 questions. अब ऐसा नहीं है. अब अगर आप देखोगे इनका परसेंटेज और वेटेज कम हो चुका है. So we need to plan like that. It does not mean that I quit the subject. I do like them, but at a lower priority. That is what I would like to justify over here. Okay. So these are some do's and don'ts at the starting, probably, Dr. Ayushi, which I would like to tell all the students that they should have a clarity on.
So now when covering the do's and don'ts, there are a lot of confusions for the students who are preparing. For example, interns who are preparing the examination. What do you want to suggest the interns? They are always in that zone that, we have very less time to prepare. College bhi jana hai, sab kuch karna hai. What is your suggestion to them?
See, I feel internship is the best period to crack PG exams. The very basic reason is you don't have a fear of failure. देखो, अगर आपने कभी ना बाइक चलाई होगी और एक बार आप रोड पे गिर जाते हैं ना, आपको बाइक दूसरी बार चलाने में बहुत डर होता है. You have that fear.
बिल्कुल.
Similarly, imagine if you have given a PG exam and you had for some reason got a poor rank, you would always have that phobia कि फिर से ऐसा कहीं हो ना जाए. So basically, in this aspect, I would like to tell you guys is as an internship, you do not have that fear. So you have nothing to lose and you have everything to gain. And that is the reason if you see the national level toppers are generally interns who are freshers. Because they do not have time to read bakwas. They would read very specific thing and they will go and perform. See, when I was a fresher, when I was preparing for my PG and when I joined AIIMS, at that time, because my posting medicine and OBGY used to be very tough for us, very tough. So 12 महीने से ना 6 महीना हमारी internship posting लग जाता था. So my agenda in those 6 months used to be कि उस समय I used to clear my book, MCQ book, and वो patient case sheet के अंदर रख के ना हर patient के बाद 10 MCQ solve करता था.
अच्छा.
Because उस समय apps नहीं होते थे, मतलब we did not have that facility of mobile.
But this is a very nice strategy because when you put a, एक थोड़ा सा अपने लिए you put marking कि इतने तो होने चाहिए then next question, so you cover up also. Yes.
Exactly. And अभी तो apps हो चुके हैं आपके मोबाइल पे, you have lovely videos available.
Yes.
Okay. So at any time you can just go to the internship posting and scroll questions and do it. Okay. So my tip for interns will be अपने internship posting में you should be doing questions. But when you are at your room, you should always read from your notes. Do not solve questions at your room. Because in your room you are having a stable mind frame. Second thing for interns, what I would like to tell you is, see, whenever you come from your internship posting, you should always go to the bed and sleep for 1.5 to 2 hours. There is a reason. See, I always believe in a theory of energy exchange. See, when we meet people across the day, we exchange energies.
Yes.
Okay. Now, majority of the energy which we exchange is negative. Okay. We understand that. Even when we go for a daily routine life, we see there are a lot of negative energies which inflows. So when we come back to a room, we have a lot of negativity in the mind. Our human brain has got a basal tone which is already raised. We probably will be in that zone of waves with a higher pattern of EEG. Okay. So I always tell the students that come back home, sleep for an hour or 1.5 hours, your basal tone comes down. And the moment it comes down, you can push ahead and study more. So
Yes.
this is what an intern should plan, and they should not have any fear. Okay. So trust me, if someone has not cracked the exam last year, this means that student did not read the subject properly. So
Correct.
you should not be afraid of someone who has not performed. Rather, you should be happy that you are having competition with not all fresher, because the moment you have competition with all fresher, then it becomes more tough, because again it becomes a battle of equals. You
Equals.
all are interns.
Yes. Yes.
It is a battle of equals which you need to know. See, in a cricket match, at the starting of the match, the score is 0-0. चाहे वो इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया को खेले या इंडिया केनिया को खेले, स्टार्टिंग स्कोर 0-0 है.
Correct.
It all depends कि आपने वो 50 ओवर आपने कैसा खेला. So many times we would have seen that even India losing to teams like Bangladesh, Kenya, because they did not play those 50 overs properly. So that
Correct.
is what interns should be clear of. No fear of failure. So you keep smiling, head high, go and go for the kill, go for the exam without any fear.
Yes, yes, that's true. So apart with interns, then there is again one more, thing that droppers always have a benefit of, more time to prepare, and they have a benefit of having more time, and so they're more prepared. Do you think that way?
See, the first and foremost, I'll say for a dropper, the negative mindset. Okay. Generally, a dropper says, I have more time. But again, there are so many questions which comes up that यार पिछले बार नहीं हुआ था, इस बार नहीं हुआ तो मम्मी को क्या बोलूंगा, पापा को क्या बोलूंगा, गर्लफ्रेंड को क्या बोलूंगा. There are so many questions.
Yes.
Generally, it is not about that a dropper has additional time. That additional time is negated by the negative mind frame. So if I am a dropper, the first thing what I would tell to myself is I have to remove this negativity. See, Virat Kohli is scoring a century in this match. In the next match, still his score starts with a 0.
Yes.
The same rule applies for a dropper. See, whatever you scored in the last exam does not have any impact on the current exam. Your score starts with a 0. Rather, you should tell yourself, see, I have the experience. I have the experience of a failure. So I would utilize that experience this time to become a successful candidate. Okay. Because again, the scores will start from 0. So I'm as equal. Again, coming back to that concept, battle of equals.
Correct.
So whether I'm a dropper, whether I'm an intern, whether I'm whatever in-service candidate, I'm again going to start my score from a 0 only. And if I play properly, I score a century in this match. If I do not play properly, I score a duck in the very first ball. That is how Dr. Ayushi probably, I will say, a dropper should look into.
Correct. This is a very nice way, because I agree, droppers always have that burden and that mindset. That's a very nice thing that you suggested, sir. So now there is always clustering effect of scores needs to be avoided, which can be done by avoiding silly mistakes and giving, So what do you suggest on the clustering effects of scores?
Basically, let us first understand what is this clustering effect.
Yes.
If you understand, in PSM, we used to be taught a bell-shaped curve, where we say 95% of the people fall in the common range. There are 2.5% on the right side, there are 2.5% on the left side. See, the 2.5% on the right side, that is the top 100 rankers, they are out of the reach. They are excellent kids. They have been working from the very first day of their medical school in a proper channelized way. The rest 2.5% who just probably go to the exam just to see कि भाई center कैसे दिखता है, घर से घूमने जाना है, things like that. Correct. So this 95% students who are the aam janta, okay, the aam aadmi students, probably I can say like that, okay. These people, there is a lot of clustering of scores which happened, which was even evident in the NEET 2021 results. Achha. If you see students scoring between 550 to 625, the span of 75 marks, there were roughly 20,000 students. 75 mark में 20,000 से 25,000 students थे. Imagine if I am a candidate and you are Dr. Ayushi, my competitor, and both of us are having the same IQ. Suppose I do a silly mistake. You don't do it. The difference between your and my score is 5 marks. because in NEET it is +4 -1.
Yes.
So if I get it wrong, then I get -1 and I also lose a +4. So net your and my difference is 5 marks.
Yes.
Now imagine in 5 marks, Dr. Ayushi, your rank might be rank 5,000. My rank would be 15,000.
Yes.
You get a PG seat. I do not get a PG seat and I have to prepare for a year. So to avoid this clustering effect, the first and foremost thing is you need to avoid silly mistakes.
This is very important.
How to avoid silly mistakes is by repeated practice. Okay. Second, you need to have a practice of giving questions. And that is why I stressed 100 questions per day mandatory.
Yes.
Because if you do not practice, see, I'll tell you, I know the theory of making a roti. Okay, roti ko belna hai aur wo gol ban jati hai. But all of us know when we actually go and perform, the roti is never round. It is either India map, Bangladesh map, Pakistan map. ठीक है, ऐसे map बनता है.
Correct. Correct.
Because it is all about practice. The same is in entrance examination. We need to understand that at the end of the day, we need to actually practice those questions. Because if we do not practice those questions, we would not be able to perform in the exam. So
Correct.
these are two key mantras which you need to be very careful about avoiding the clustering effect. Okay. Third, ocular amblyopia. We all read it in ophtha, but it also works for the students who give exams. Typically, we do not see words like not or except. Exam mein kabhi nahi dikhta hai, as if we are having a blind spot. So for that, you should be very careful. You should be very careful. Read the question. Be very focused. Okay. So these are few things which they need to do to avoid clustering effect, because it is not again the difference of IQ. See, all the doctors have almost 120 का IQ. ठीक है, वो 2.5% के IQ 130 होती है. ऐसा कोई भी नहीं है हम में से जिसके IQ 100 से कम है. Okay. So it is all about how we play those 3.5 hours, and for that the preparation phase has to be important.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very correctly said. And actually this happens. This is so now when you suggest, how should everybody plan as a general go, what do you suggest?
See, you have 100 days now. Okay. Let me just break it into a very simple pattern. Okay. Let us break it into 45 days, next 35 days, next 30 days. Okay. So 45 plus 35 is 80, 80 plus 30 is 110.
100.
Okay. Now you have roughly, as on today, 102 days. So we need to again revise it. So let us make it like 40 and 35 and to some extent 30 probably. Okay. So it will come down to roughly 105 days. And the first 45 days, I need to target to revise my entire course once if I haven't done it till now. And again, in the revision, the rule is simple. Focus on these 7 subjects. And then come down to the ANAD physio biochem and then probably to the smaller subjects.
Yes.
In my second 35 days, I'm again going to revise the same notes. And in the last 30 days, I'm again going to revise the same notes. Now see, if I have to finish my course in 30 days, let me make a very simple calculation to it. I have got radio, ortho, skin, psyche, anesthesia. 5 subjects, 1 day each, 5 days, full stop. I've got ANAT, physio, biochem, patho, pharma, micro, FMT. 7 subjects, 7 into 2, or it cannot be 2 rather, it has to be 1.5. Okay. So roughly 10 days. So 10 plus 5 is 15 days. In the rest 15 days, I revise my 7 subjects where probably to ENT and ophtha, I can give 2 days each. Yes. And for medicine, I can increase it to 3 days, OBGY to 3 days. So I need to plan my 30 days like that. Now, when I have to do it for 45 days or 40 days, I just increase slight bit more of time for probably medicine or surgery. So I can understand that the listeners are very clear about how to take up this. And even I have shared a post on my social media, and probably I have shared it with Dr. Ayushi as well. You can put it on her media as well, where I've actually given a plan of these 104 days, how actually these 104 days should be planned.
Correct.
So this is how Dr. Ayushi probably I would have planned if I would have been a student, and I would have planned 3 revisions, even not thinking how much I have studied prior. Okay.
Yep. That's true. After all of this planning and everything, as you suggested, even after a lot of planning and everything, there is only 1 in the 10 that succeeds. So what is your suggestion on that? And, anything from your end on this?
See, trust me, everyone makes a plan. Everyone makes a plan.
Yes.
It is successful or not depends upon the implementation.
Yes.
See, you have made a broad plan of 35, 40, 35, 30 days. Now, do not think anything else. You just think that I will wake up at morning 8 o'clock until night 2 o'clock. I am going to give the best as if this is the last day of my life. कल है ही नहीं. ठीक है? The Shah Rukh Khan movie, कल हो ना हो. Okay, it's a reality. Think like there's no tomorrow, or probably the Doha of Kabir, which we listen right from the childhood. Give today your best. आज मुझे साइकाट्री खत्म करनी है, चाहे मैं खुद ही पागल क्यों ना हो जाऊं. I will put that much effort. आज मुझे एनेस्थीसिया खत्म करना है, जब तक मुझे खुद नशा ना हो जाए और मैं सो ना जाऊं पढ़ते पढ़ते पूरा खत्म करते करते. I need to have that drive. So probably planning, I have made the plan for you probably, but the implementer is only you. I cannot implement. See, I don't have that pressure now to actually study that much.
Yes.
Okay, so it is all about implementation. So anyone of you who is listening to this video, I would just tell you, do not run after making the plan again and again, rather run after implementing it. Your implementation is what is important for you, nothing more.
That's true. That's true. So now, sir, after discussing so much of, how to plan, how to prepare, how to execute, and what the difference between the droppers, the interns, and everybody. So what is your suggestion after all of this? Any, one-liner or something for all those students so that they, they understand and push their best for these coming examinations?
Perform or perish. There is only one statement for you. Now, why I'm saying perform or perish? We are going to have the next exam, 2023. And trust me, when the exam pattern changes, things totally goes out of hand because it becomes probability based.
Yes.
Okay. India won the T20 World Cup in 2007 in the first edition because us samay the other teams did not know how to play the T20 World Cup or the format probably. उसके बाद से अभी तक हमारे पास T20 World Cup नहीं आया है. Okay. And so I would not credit India to win that World Cup. Rather, I would say the other good teams could not actually understand how the format was. So when the format changes, anything is possible. So I would just tell all of you, perform or perish is the mantra you need to understand.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So rightly said, sir. And as sir said, this is the time to perform. By God's grace, we have got 100 days more to prepare and to implement, to strategize and to work. Don't waste this time. Just focus and work. As continuously said by Dr. Siddharth, you have to not loosen up, just tighten your belts as it was before and continue to work hard so that if you were coming in 10,000 rank, you can come forward and maybe come under hundreds. So just imagine what you can achieve only in these 100 days of hard work. So work hard, prepare, plan, and achieve the best you can. So thank you so much, Dr. Siddharth, for taking out time today and giving out such good strategies and tips for all those students who are there to prepare for these 100 days and to guide them so rightly for this Neet PG, because I'm sure if I think myself in this position, I will also would have loosened down and, be easy. But as you mentioned, it is very important to not loosen your, grip and to stay focused. So please share this with all of those your friends who are preparing for Neet PG 2022. It is very important for them to know right now itself that they should not let it go, not let it be easy, and to keep their focus as it was for 12th of March. So please work hard, and thank you again, sir, for joining us and letting us know how can we prepare for these examinations. Thank you so much, everyone. Definitely share it with all your friends, all your interns, all those who are preparing or about to prepare for these examinations. This will definitely help them to understand how to prepare, how to keep their focus and maintain their studies to achieve their best. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ayushi. Bye.